Have you ever pondered the question, what was the impact of the 1947 partition on Hindu-Muslim relations in India? A question that invites us to delve into the folds of history, exploring the intricate tapestry of events that led to one of the most defining moments of the 20th century. Our story begins in the early 20th century, when the seed of division was planted. The British colonial rule, with its policy of divide and rule intentionally or unintentionally, sowed discord among India's diverse religious communities. This was a time when the concept of separate electorates for Hindus and Muslims was introduced, a move that many believe laid the groundwork for the eventual partition. Then came the year 1940, when the Muslim League passed the Lahore Resolution, demanding separate nations for Muslims. The idea of Pakistan, a separate Muslim state, started gaining momentum. This was the first official call for what would eventually become the partition of India. Fast forward to 1947, the year that marked the end of British colonial rule and the birth of two independent nations, India and Pakistan. The partition was a time of great turmoil. It resulted in the largest mass migration in human history, with millions of Hindus and Muslims relocating across the newly formed borders. Unfortunately, this migration was accompanied by horrific violence, leaving a deep and lasting impact on Hindu-Muslim relations. In the aftermath of partition, both India and Pakistan embarked on their separate journeys. However, the legacy of partition continued to cast a shadow over their relations. The wounds of partition, exacerbated by subsequent wars and conflicts, have resulted in a complex and often tense relationship between Hindus and Muslims in the Indian subcontinent. Summarizing, the 1947 partition played a significant role in shaping Hindu-Muslim relations in India. It started with the British policy of divide and rule, followed by the demand for separate nations by the Muslim League, leading to the actual partition in 1947 and its violent aftermath. The events of this period have had a profound and lasting impact, the effects of which continue to be felt to this day. It's vital to remember history, not to foster animosity, but to learn from it. Understanding the past helps us navigate the present and shape a future where peace and harmony can prevail. After all, the tapestry of history is woven not just from the threads of events, but from the lessons they impart. So, as we look back at the impact of the 1947 partition on Hindu-Muslim relations in India, let's not forget those lessons.